Okay, now that my tag video is over, I'd like to talk about something a little bit more serious. This is going to be the East Coast Economic Update for March the 16th, right, 2009. It's going to be basically an economic update and also a heart-to-heart talk with my subscribers about debt. Of course, I'm going to list some of the stuff I'm going to be talking about right now. One is going to be an article I'd like to touch base with from Bloomberg, from a guy named Jonathan Well, or Wheel, depending on how you pronounce it. He talked about how that Wells Fargo is cooking the books and how they are causing this rally to happen based on the fact that certain accounting irregularities are now allowed that weren't allowed before. And probably Citigroup is doing the same thing. So I'll let you read that and peruse it. Which tells us why there's a rally going on and has been going on in the Dow for 3 weeks now, maybe almost 4. Pardon me, my eyes tearing. That's why I said to you back in February and probably early March to not look at the Dow Industrial Averages, but to keep your eye on the bonds. Of course, China is starting to buy precious metals like copper and so forth, and that's causing certain economists' eyebrows to rise and so forth. So be aware of that. Also, I want to share with you something that I get in the mail, and I've been getting in the mail since probably 1991, 92. I definitely started subscribing to it after the Waco, Texas incident, and definitely kept subscribing to it afterwards. And that is this magazine right here, Backwoods Home. These guys, support these guys. They're the only independent magazine that's, you know, if you call up the office of subscription office, it's the daughter of the editor-in-chief. I mean, this is about as privately owned and operated, no spin, no crap, straight dope information. It has everything from opinions to how to make, how to can foods to living simply. I think my subscription was like, it comes out every 2 months, and the subscription is like $40 for 2 years. I mean, that's the equivalent of going out to dinner to a diner or Ruby Tuesdays, if those places still exist, with your spouse one time, without the tip. So, this is an investment because you can keep these. I have kept them. I've got my old ones when I was up in school in Western Mass. And I still use them, and I still pull them and look at them because they're helpful. So if you guys are really serious about living simply and getting out from under your situation and trying to live outside this economic, dream world, subscribe. Now, it brings me to this. This week is Passover. It just ended. And it's a story about how people who were enslaved were freed by God and brought into freedom. In fact, the Hebrew word for, for this month, the Hebrew month is called Nisan, like the car company. And Nisan means freedom. Almost like a cry of freedom, can be also translated. But an interesting thing about the slaves that were that left Egypt and went into the wilderness for the next 40 years, they kept crying that they'd rather be in slavery than to be free. So here we are, about 4,000 years later, you and me, and right now, economically speaking, it's like the eye of a hurricane. If any of you have experienced a hurricane, and I have at least 3 times in my life, There's a point where the winds blow and it's really bad, and it gets to the eye of the hurricane, and then if the eye is big enough, you can see a blue sky, birds singing, light falling from the sky, and just complete and utter calm, like perfect calm. And behind you and in front of you is total devastation. We are at this point right now. We started seeing some really bad stuff. Now there seems to be a rally in the market, and people are starting to become optimistic. This is the eye of the storm. How big the eye, the more intense the storm, the bigger the eye, the clearer the eye, as everyone knows if you've ever seen a storm like that. It is a pretty big eye. My question and my discussion with you is this. Right now, things are good. I mean, relatively speaking, it's quiet, I'll say that. Many of you on YouTube are looking to do have moved and have shown preparation videos and so forth. But many more of you, if not the same, have credit card debts that they're paying off or trying to pay off. They have mortgages and the like, and car payments. I'm here to plead with you like Moses coming out of Egypt. This is the only chance you're going to get. Sell what you have, even if you feel that you can't part with it. Turn it into cash and pay off your credit cards. You have maybe a 2-month window, maybe 3. If you have a mortgage, sell your house. Buy a cheaper one. Buy a smaller one. Buy one that's only 300 square feet. I know this sounds incredible, what I'm telling you right now. But I'm telling you right now, if you're holding on to debt, your master is not God. It is not yourself. It is the government of the United States and corporate America. You have to wake up. And I'm speaking to the awakened. You have to wake up to this is the last point. You have to pay off everything. You have to. You have to do it now. Take this opportunity. Do it. If you don't do it, all the preparation, and I've heard this before. Well, when the economy collapses, I won't have to pay my mortgage. I won't have to pay my school loan. I won't have to pay anything. Horseshit. Those pieces of paper is what got you by the testicles. I'm being straight with you. That's how they're going to enslave you. That's how they're going to enslave you as the awakened. They've already got the sleepy ones. This is what they've got you. They keep on letting you out that chain, thinking that you're free, and they're going to yank it back, and your ass is on the ground. And that's the truth. True freedom is debt freedom. Don't owe anybody anything. Anybody anything. If you feel that this government and this corporate lifestyle is evil, the only way you can honestly be free from it is to be free from it. Pay everything off. I don't care if you sell everything you own, including the clothes on your back. I'd rather be naked and free than clothed and enslaved. It took me 10 years to pay everything off. And I swore to Almighty God that I would never do this again. It was hard, it was painful. But I also realized at the end, when I did pay everything off, was I could have paid it off faster if I wasn't so damn selfish and held on to things that eventually really have no meaning or worth to me. Except my wife, my family, and my faith. Now, you guys may not be religious or whatever, but I'll tell you this. When you are free from debt, you see God clearer, you see your purpose clearer, you see your life clearer. So, that's what I'm going to leave you with today. parties.